Okay, this film, or probably a short series of films, is basically Design Review Meeting 2, where I show you the floor plan and doing everything that we had to do to address most of the specific objectives, but without moving any walls. In other words, this is the minimal approach where we put new pieces in and change some things without relocating any walls. I want to cover the floor plan, the furniture that's been put into the floor plan, and going forward then I'll show you what I did with various looks at the stair railings, the fireplace, its hearth and mantelpiece, and the bar, seating and cabinetry area, etc. As shown, the floor plan is divided into basically four areas. The gaming area here, including the piano, the table, whether that hutch is over or not, that's beside it, but this is the table you have, so this is like maybe you play board games or whatever here, and that's part of this whole bar area. So there's one area here for gaming. This is the bar and seating type thing. Your furniture for either fireplace and this television viewing, and then the ping pong table area. And all of these circles are just, this is all the furniture that you wanted to keep. I mean, these pieces in here, Tim's gaming chairs and his little television, the big china hutch here, your stepper machine. This is hypothetical furniture through here, a sectional and some chairs to show you spacing essentially. I've left the bathroom door alone for right now. We'll deal with that in a moment, or the next go through. This is that little bookcase that you have back there, your church pew, and the ping pong table. Right now, the way this is laid out, the ping pong table is as it is with its clearance that players are now working with back here at the wall. This line, which I'm going to delete shortly through here, that is just shows that same clearance space from here to there is the same as from here to here. So this furniture here will have to be, I don't know if shots are coming all the way back here. There could be some problems there. Whether that whole thing is shifted, then you begin to really kind of squeeze this space in here. This gets in front of the hearth. I'm not sure that's what you want to do, but that would provide you better clearance really through both of these areas. We'll cover this area separately in a second part of the film. But so that's what I've got right now, and you can see kind of some of the tight spots. These are clearance. This is probably a yeah, that's 32 inches. We're gonna get rid of that. That's 32. 32 there. And really, I've got that set up, in line with this, but really this piece could move anywhere along this wall. And obviously, even if it's brought all the way over here, more proximity to this table, and then obviously you have 5 or 6 feet clearance through here. But for now, I'll leave it in its tighter position. This is a 24-inch piece here, so that's a little tight, but 24 is still not bad for this sort of a thing. I mean, how many people are going to be going through here, I don't know, but the alternative to going through here is coming all the way back through here. If you went with this setup here. We left that door alone, television's in the same location. This I've provided decent clearance through there. That's a 36-inch diameter. Get rid of that. And then finally, this is your tight point in the whole plan, because this is the pathway to the restroom. Otherwise, you're down through here, which, that's fine. If you're here, you're going to go that way. But anybody over here who's going to have to come through that little bottleneck there. But that's neither here nor there. This is that column, and that's not going anywhere anyway. So that was just a brief overview, and I'm just going to let it sit here still for a minute for you to take that in. All right, I wanted to make a review of the possibilities for stair railings and talk about a few other things. And these are what you have existing. Of course, I've replaced the carpet, but this is your existing railings that are down there. And for the purposes of this, we're going to make this wall on the right invisible so that we can rotate around here and see it. So this is the existing situation here, more or less. And you have a couple things. These sides that go down, unless we're going to rebuild this whole stair or do something funky there, these will either have to stay that brown color. I suppose you could strip them and change the color slightly if you want to, but since that exists, that would stay that brown color, which means this is probably should match it, but you'll see some other things as we go through. Or that can be painted white, which I'll also show you. For example, these stringers can be white, and of course the cap can be white too. But right now, we'll start from where you were, which is with the existing. Okay, that's what you've got right now. And I'm not going to try to get any particular order to this, but just I ran through a series of different railing situations that we could consider. I think what I'll do is try to just show you the ones where we leave this situation stained. Although I almost think that you'll probably ultimately go with white, but I really don't know. Anyway, I will try to review these now one at a time by turning on and off the right thing. This situation leaves those alone down here, leaves this one alone here, and installs standard kind of colonial turned railings, and those are shown in oak. To just make a quick look at the difference, because I have drawn quite a few of these, and I just want you to get a feel for this. And I can rotate this around a little bit here, and this is that situation. And what I want to do is, if we did leave those in oak but did paint those other things, then you've got this sort of a situation, which I really don't think is working, unfortunately. And perhaps we go back, and instead of using oak down there, we do everything in pine. So then you have kind of, I've probably got the colors a little bit off here, but you get the idea that whatever color this is, whatever stain tone this is on these stringers here, we carry that over. This probably needs replaced. It's pretty ratty anyway, but we would carry that over, and then these are all probably made of fur or some situation that will stain up where the grain is similar to what you've got. Alternately, if you were looking for this kind of traditional look here coming down, the third alternative, or I don't know what number we're on, but let's say you want everything in white, then you have this, which really of these traditional looks with the turned railing pieces, I really think this is probably the best. And it's going to depend what you do over there at the fireplace. That's going to play into some of it. But for the railings, I really think that this is kind of the best one in terms of those traditional colonial look. Now we'll review we're going to go forward to a super modern, and then we'll come back to maybe something that's in between those two, some sort of a composite type look. But that's enough for that, for the traditional look and your existing. And this is what probably the best choice on that turned type of situation. Although the all pine was all right, except your other trim down here is going to be white. Your doors are white. Their casings are white. I'm not sure. Plus, this is dark anyway through here. We're going to try to light that better, but still, if you were going to go with this traditional, this was the one I would recommend if you're going to stay with traditional. And I'll just close this by very quickly flipping back to how it was before, so you have just a quick look at that, or how it is now actually, which gives you that. And even that can work. Perhaps this this red bit here is taken off, and that's made black, and obviously that would be the least expensive. I don't really want to do this, but something like this, a little dated, I feel. So we'll just have to see. Okay, in this next section, I really don't think it's something that you're going to do, or possibly even that you should do. In any case, where this uses some stainless pipe railing, kind of like this. This uses a simple newel post at the bottom with this sort of, again, it's hard to imagine because those are actually supposed to be, stainless steel, and it's just not reflecting that too well. But this is a pretty kind of modern look, and that's just one way to go. I think if we turn this off, then it would actually be more like this, which is a much more kind of contemporary look. I mean, I don't mind it really. It's hard to, these are looking, they just don't have that stainless texture looking right. So you have to imagine this as white, and these are this, stainless steel. That's kind of a middle of the road thing, and I don't know if you could. This is a mixture, of this. Otherwise, you have this sort of a situation where it's, that texture is really unfortunate. It doesn't really show you what we're looking for there. This is almost country style practically or something. It reminds me of a farm. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. And I'm not going to spend a whole bunch more time on that. Just wanted to give you a look at it. This is a thicker, more heavy duty kind of pipe, so that we have less busyness through here. Again, I don't think it's really something that you're looking for given the rest of your house. But I did want to review it since I had put it together. And then in the final section, it's definitely not colonial, but maybe it is something you like. Certainly from all three of them together, maybe you can be able to give me some direction which way you think we ought to go. Okay, this final little look at a few different things. It's kind of a semi-contemporary look. Almost reminds me of an arts and crafts look. We'll just take a quick spin. I've already, you could see from those. And this is not a bad look. And if I use fewer spindles, it really gets pretty weak. As you can see, I mean, that's just not something I would want to recommend or do. And so that is in the white permutation of that kind of thing. And I don't know how quickly it'll take me, but let me show you it in all pine. I mean, that would be one way to do it, is leave that cap white to try to tie better into these the rest of your trim around here, and then have the stringers and the railings in white. But it almost seems like you're safer just going everything white. And that's everything in pine except the balance of the room. So that was just, I think if you watch this film a couple times, you might be able to have a feeling for what is most appealing to you. I will run through still photos of all those permutations now. Here then are still shots of those various stair, railing, and stringer and trim arrangements. And I'm just going to run through them a moment or two on each. The existing condition. There is, with pine railings and turned spindles, etc., kind of a traditional colonial look. I did not get involved in revamping this bottom stair tread or anything like that. This was the simplest arrangement to do something with that. Same situation, but everything in white. just going to let you compare and contrast those. Coming along, this one, which, you know, I mean, technically I guess you could even use wood on those parts, which is not too bad. Or all white. I mean, not all white, this is stainless and white with no post at all. And heavier pipe rail. Finally, this is a little departure, a little more arts and crafts. You can see it needs to be a little busier, a little heavier. So that's in all pine, and that's in all white. And that is a review of the stairs. You know, that's too light. This one, I'm just actually going to leave this sit for now in the plan I'm working on.